Well, I think we can all breathe a sigh of relief after this one. Raptors beat the New York Knicks 92-91. Now, this was ugly. It was a gross game. The Raptors did not play very well at all. But the Knicks are the New York Knicks this year. They are really, really bad. And I thought the Raptors played a really terrible game. They just weren't, their shots were not falling whatsoever. And they found a way to win. I mean, it dumbfounds me how the heck we won that game. But I don't care. We got the win. But we can't play like that Wednesday against Washington. You just can't do that. So let's break things down. Raptors only shoot 42% from the field. That is very ugly. That is not good. That's why I'm surprised they won. Knicks shot 46. Raptors only shoot 27% from three. Now, it was a lot worse. I mean, they were 7 of 26 from three, which is awful. But at one point, if I'm not mistaken, they were 3 of 19, which that is not good at all. And they didn't get three-pointer, if I'm not mistaken, until the third quarter. I mean, they were just really bad. And But all that matters is that the Raptors got the W. And I think that's all we can agree with, right? We have won now 4 straight games. 3rd straight since the All-Star break. We got to keep things rolling. Serge Ibaka with 15 points in this one. I mean, he had in his first 3 games as a Raptor, he's had 15, 15, and 18. Oh, 15, 18, and 15. He's been productive. Now, he didn't shoot a great percentage, 35%, but you know what? The whole team didn't, except for one man. Actually, that's a lie. 2 men, because it worked. Jonas Valanciunas only played in 19 minutes, had 10 points and 5 boards. He was also 4 of 4 from the field and 2 of 2 from the line. He did get in foul trouble. I do agree with that. And late in that game, you wanted your defensive guys out there. And that makes sense. That's why you wanted Serge at the 5 and PJ Tucker on there. And, I get that. Just not seeing JV out there much at all. It just doesn't feel right. Giving him his big contract and barely playing him, it kind of hurts. But the man who won this game for this team single-handedly, DeMar DeRozan. I mean, goodness me. You know what? Player of the game for me is DeMar DeRozan. No question. I think you guys can all agree with that. 37 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists and a steal. He shot 13 of 25, 52%. He was 10 of 13 from the line. So, okay, not too great. And he also made a 3. But it should have been like a 4. I understand there's no 4 points unless you get a 3 and get fouled. But he almost shot it from half court. And right when he shot, I'm like, DeMar, you can't shoot threes. Like, you're not great at threes. But you're trying one even deeper. Oh, my goodness. And he knocked it down, and that was a huge shot. I mean, that was absolutely a ridiculous shot. And then, they were trying to go for the 2-for-1 late in the game, and the Knicks defense was nowhere. DeMar literally just drove, and there you go. And then he made a huge shot over Derrick Rose, got the switch. It was a beautiful fade. It's DeMar DeRozan. That's just what he is. And made it. You see the swagger. I love it. 1.9 on the clock. That's over until you give Carmelo Anthony a wide open 3. And he misses it. Oh my God. We can breathe, people. We can breathe. But like I said, we cannot play like that. Wednesday and Friday, both against the Wizards, you cannot play like this. The moment you play like this, you're going to get absolutely destroyed. So this team's got to be better, when it comes to Wednesday and Friday. I mean, we'll take the win as it is. We'll take it. We're 12 over 500, won 4 in a row. We're getting, record-wise, we're getting a groove, right? We are now, statistically, even though we played 3 more games than Washington, we are technically ahead of them for 3rd place in the conference, and a huge positive because it looks I'm not going to say it's going to happen, but it really looks like the Atlanta Hawks are going to beat the Boston Celtics. As of right now, it's 92-75. Now, if you guys are watching this video later on tonight and you're like, no, Boston came back and won, I feel like an idiot. But as of right now, it looks like Atlanta's going to come away with that. Therefore, the Raptors, guys, get this. If the Raptors, the Raptors won. If Boston actually loses tonight, the Raptors are only 2 games back of the Boston Celtics. That means they've lost 3 of 4. The Raptors have won 4 in a row. They're cruising. Boston's struggling. They have a tough schedule. I mean, they don't have an easy schedule coming up, right? I mean, they play Cleveland in their game after Atlanta. That's not easy, obviously. And Washington plays tomorrow. So they're going to be on the second half of a back-to-back when they play the Raptors. They play Golden State tomorrow. So, I mean, the Raptors are kind of in that spot where the schedule is kind of helping them get back into it. But they had to do their job tonight. And even though it was a ridiculously poor performance offensively, defensively, there were times where I thought, they were really good. PJ Tucker down the stretch, an absolute beast. Not like statistically, he wasn't a beast. He only had 2 points, 5 boards, and an assist and 2 steals, which, in 26 minutes, you'd say, oh, that's not really good at all. But it's just the presence he is, right? All over Carmelo, just making it so tough for him. And it was, he's a fantastic player. We're looking at that now. Serge Ibaka, I think he got the first 3 of the night for the Raptors, and it slowly started to come at that point, and the Raptors, they're looking better. What I mean by that is they're not just giving up. They're not just playing bad and then, playing like garbage. Like just the whole game just, right? There were spurts in this game where the Raptors didn't play bad, right? But the one thing I'm a little worried about, and I think you guys can attest to this, is their first halves. In general, not like, the last few minutes of this half was, no. The first halves in general have been really bad. Boston, they were down by, I think it was like 15, 17, something around there. I know, yesterday they were down by a little bit they were up by like 2, but almost like 5 minutes left, they were like down by, 8 or 9 or whatever it was. They were down with little to go in the second quarter last night. And today they were down by, I think it was 13 going into the half today. So they really got to sure up on the, in the first half. They had to come out hard. They can't just wait to the second half, because there's going to be games where your first half is really, really bad and you get throttled and you can't come back in the second half. So the Raptors, I don't know why I said the Leafs. That was just like, I think it's because I did a Leaf video earlier today. If you guys didn't see it, go check it out. Leafs got Brian Boyle. Anyways, the Raptors get the win tonight. That's the bottom line. It was an awful performance on the offensive floor. And it's not like the shots were bad. It's not like they were just taking contested shots. They were wide open and they were just missing them. But that just happens on some nights, and you don't have Kyle Lowry. Obviously, the news about him, being out for the remainder of the regular season at least, and hoping to come back for the playoffs. That's gonna hurt, because that's a lot of 3-pointers you're gonna miss. That's a lot of charges you're gonna miss. A lot of solid defense you're gonna miss. It's a big loss, and that guy brings so much energy to this team, as everybody knows. So this team's got to find an identity without Kyle Lowry. They've done it for the last 3 games, but again, you've got to play better. Like tonight was not acceptable whatsoever. Everyone's going to agree with me on that one. So you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you guys enjoyed the video and you enjoyed the game because they got the win, hit that like button. I do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys haven't already. We've been seeing a crazy jump over the past little while. It means so much to me. I really do appreciate you guys. Comment down below what you guys thought of the game. It was awful, but let me know, who was your player of the game in this one? Hey, you might have a different look on. You might say PJ Tucker because of his down the stretch play, or Serge Ibaka because he got the threes going, or he was big in the third quarter, or whatever you want to say. Obviously, DeMar DeRozan I think is going to be everybody's, but let me know. Somebody may have a different opinion, and we'll talk to you guys tomorrow night, Leafs edition. hopefully, since it's a 10:30 puck drop in San Jose to take on the Sharks, they never do well out west. Nor do a lot of teams, because those teams are a pest to play. Am I right? All right, and also Raptors edition Wednesday back at the Air Canada Center. Washington Wizards, Toronto Raptors. The Raptors can push the Wizards down farther. They can bury them a little bit with a couple wins Wednesday and Friday. But let's start with Wednesday back home. We'll see you guys then.